Welcome back to the 801 Diaries podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Abby.
Abby, how the heck are ya?
I'm good. I'm good. Pretty chill, but good. How are
What's
you?
been I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
Again, pretty chill. What's been going on with you? What have you been up to this
Nothing
week?
much. Some running, getting
How's
that
your
mileage back
running?
up. It's good. It's chill.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Just running.
Just running. Just
She's
running
back
and
at it.
oh, I'm massive.
Oh, she's
Whoa.
so strong.
Oh,
Look at her.
muscles are massive. What
We
about you?
love.
What's new with you?
Just running as well.
Yeah. How's it
And
going for
then
you?
it's fine. I hate it, but it's fine.
That first month sucks. You just got to get over it. You just
Yeah.
got to push through. It
So
sucks.
we're pushing through. We hate it, but we're pushing through. Also just cooking a lot today. I'm really proud of myself. I made a lot of like homemade things and I'm like for dinner and it
Nice.
was labor intensive. My
There you
oven was
go.
on for about 4.5 hours of
What?
just moving stuff in and out.
That's
So,
crazy.
but it was good. A
That is
plus.
crazy.
So,
How
so yeah,
exciting.
it's very exciting. It's really the highlight of my
Yeah.
week is finding new things to cook.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, what's going on in the world? Let's catch up.
Pop culture. I had a couple of things.
Okay. What's
Um,
your first one?
First of all, this is brand new news, hot off the press.
Okay.
Haley Steinfeld got married yesterday
Oh,
on
she
the
did.
31st. Yeah, so if you're
Oh,
watching it
fun.
obviously wasn't yesterday for you guys, but
That's
so
fun.
first pictures that have come out are like obviously drone photos, so they are not very good.
Not very
But
good.
her dress looks like it was gorgeous. It looks very her. So
Okay.
I'm very happy for
That's good.
her. Very,
That's
very
good.
happy for her.
Other celebrity weddings, Demi Lovato also got
Yes.
married.
Oh my gosh. Can we talk about this for a second? Her dress was stunning.
Beautiful.
Stunning. Oh my gosh. I think it was
Yes.
Vivian Westwood, if I remember right. She worked
Uh-huh.
with Vivian Westwood,
It was.
and she has never looked better. Like it was
No,
gorgeous.
this is like prime Demi, and I'm here for it. And
Well,
I
because
am so happy for her. And
she
yeah,
looks like old Demi, which is really exciting.
yeah,
Like she has the light in her eyes back that old Demi
yeah,
had. And
yeah,
it's really happy. Like it makes me really happy. It's really exciting.
yeah. It's awesome. But yeah, her she had a couple of different dresses
Hmm.
through with Vivian, and they were beautiful.
All of
I
them were gorgeous.
and I just thought I like kind of like you said, like how she has the kind of the old Demi light in her eyes again. It was really interesting because she had such a like timeless look to her
Hmm.
that had she gotten married to Max when she got engaged forever ago, I
That
don't think
idiot.
we would have gotten that level of just kind of timeless classy and
Yeah.
just kind of where but I think it's cool to see how she's like really healed, it seems like a
Yeah,
lot
you can
from
just tell she's
everything.
so happy. Like she's so happy. She's so like just settled and in such a good place. And it makes me really
Yeah.
happy for her.
Yeah. So yeah, those are beautiful wedding pictures.
Yeah.
So
So congrats to
amazing.
them.
Yes, we love that.
Um, any other weddings? I feel like someone else got married.
I
Hmm.
don't
I don't
know.
know. Other exciting pop culture news. Phineas and Ferb is coming back. And let me tell you,
Oh my gosh.
I literally
I'm
could not be more excited. I love Phineas and Ferb so much. I feel like honestly, it's probably the show that since Disney Plus came out, I've rewatched the most. Like I love this show.
okay.
I love this
So
show so much.
I've actually never really watched Phineas and Ferb.
You
I've
have to
watched
go
a few
watch it.
episodes here and there. I do need to watch it, but let me tell you, this I saw a TikTok today of when Ashley, because Ashley Tisdale and the guy that plays Phineas, they did a little, they and a bunch of them, they did a concert of the bow wow, wow that song, whatever that song is,
Yeah.
I don't know, the Kitschy Kitschy Go song,
Yeah.
and in the front row, while Ashley Tisdale is singing this, is Arwen and Mr. Mosby,
I
and
know.
I
Oh my gosh.
I could not believe it. I was so excited to just see them there supporting Ashley. The fact that she's also almost 40 blows my mind,
Literally, it's
and that
crazy.
she doesn't look like it, but it's like it just was so sweet. And like all the press they've been doing a ton of press for
Hmm.
this show. And I just think it's so fun and it makes me want to watch the show even though I've never really watched it before. So,
I love this show. At that same concert, her and the girl who sang for Vanessa sang
yeah.
Gonna Get Busted. And let me tell you, that song goes hard every day of the week. That
Does it?
that song had no right to be that good. To come from coming from Phineas and Ferb, it had no right to be that
Right.
good, but it goes so hard. And it makes me so happy to see this stuff again. Like this is what we Disney, this is what we want. We want
Yes,
more
this is
Phineas
it.
and Ferb. We
Yeah.
want
Put
more
all
Mosby and Arwen. This is what we want.
could you imagine if we could get Mosby and Arwen together again on a Disney Channel show with some
Yes.
new tyrants running around? Like,
Yes.
oh my gosh.
As long as it was good, as long as I feel like Disney, like the Disney acting thing has become really bad lately, which it wasn't a
Yeah.
thing back then. Like
No, it
they
wasn't,
were
but
just
it's
acting crazy, I know.
crazy who would have thought. Yeah. But
But
it's
we need that era of Disney to come back.
yeah.
We miss it.
Take all of the money you were going to put into Tangled live action, put it into better Disney Channel shows, even
Yes.
though Disney Channel doesn't exist anymore, technically.
Well, it's on Disney Plus and it works for me.
Yeah. So just dump all the money there because that's
Yes.
where I need it to go.
Yes, but I'm so excited for the
Yeah.
new season of Phineas and Ferb. I think it's 40 episodes that they signed on
Holy
for, so I
cow.
think it's probably 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's got to be too.
But I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And like
It's really
everyone
exciting.
came back for it. It is so
Yeah.
good. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yeah, every like all my TikTok feed is just Phineas and Ferb and I'm so excited even though I've never really watched it very much. So,
We'll go watch it because it
I
is 10 out of 10. I love this show.
I will have to for sure. For sure. Other pop culture things that are going on. I feel
I
like
don't have
we
anything else on my list. Do you have anything on your list?
not pop culture. I think that's the basic like recap this week. There's other stuff
Okay.
that like we'll get into that we talked about that we'll get into later. But
There's one big thing.
um one big thing, which I bet you guys can guess what it is, but
Yep.
we'll get there. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
One thing though that we have to speak about, and it's just boiling my bones. Recently, there was a 12-year-old girl on a Delta flight to or from Orlando. I can't remember which.
Either
Orlando
way,
was involved.
yeah, Orlando was involved.
Who this girl, this 12-year-old girl, encouraged by her parents, commandeered one of the announcement phones and for 45 minutes
Let that sink
sang
in. Let that sink in. 45 minutes. This
and
was
she
not
com
once, it was
nope,
45 minutes.
45 minutes she sang Moana.
How far I'll go. Now,
Let's make it even worse, okay? When she commandeers the announcement, it pauses everybody's personal TVs from
yes.
playing.
So,
Everybody is forced,
everyone is held
forced.
hostage by this 12-year-old girl. Held hostage. Now, I'm sure everyone has seen the clips because they've been going around.
And I
I
like pray, like bless every single person, all 400 of them on that plane that recorded themselves and posted it to TikTok. Because wow.
Also, all 400 people on that plane are better people than me because
Yeah.
I would have body tackled this 12-year-old girl 1.5 times into this song. How did this go on for 45 minutes?
45 minutes.
And you know what? This is the parent's fault, okay?
Yes.
That
Oh, yeah.
parent should have stood up and said, "All right, girl, we're done. Sit on down. You said your piece.
Why
We're
did they
done."
let her in the first place? It's not like she was freaking Zendaya when she was on the Disney Channel. Do you know what I mean? She's some
She had no
random little
right.
girl. She had no right to do any of this. And she sat there for 45 minutes. These people are sat on the tarmac. They are trapped in the airplane. And this little girl is going, how far I'll go.
This honestly rivals Poop Plane for being worst experience on a plane.
I forgot
Because
about poop plane.
genuinely, I would have ripped my ears out.
Oh yeah.
And it's nothing against this girl's talent or lack thereof, but 45
Girl.
minutes? 45 minutes is insane. It's insane.
I'm and here's the thing. Here's the thing. She is a girl. It's mostly her parents' fault. She's 12. She's
She's
old enough to
she's not
be
6.
flamed for this.
Yeah.
Like she's old enough to be aware of what she's doing and
And you know what?
understand
For
the
the rest
consequences
of
of
her
it.
life, for the rest of her life, she will be the Moana plane girl because her parents didn't make her sit down.
Yeah. That better follow her. If because I my heart breaks for these people on this plane
Oh my
because
gosh.
it's not good. She's not good.
No.
She's fine.
No.
She's not
She's
great. She's
12.
not very
She's
good. She's
12.
12.
She's a
She
very
sounds like she's
average
12.
12-year-old. Yes.
Yeah. But she took over the announcement. It's not even, it would be one thing, even if she just stood in the middle of the aisle and started singing. Okay. You know what? Still would be pissed off at her for doing that.
Still would he
But
body tackled a
people
minute and a half.
could turn on their own entertainment system that they had. That plane, everybody had an entertainment system. They had the option to have every single person
Oh.
be removed from the. And they did it. They announced it. So it paused everybody's movie, game, anything. And they were forced. It was if they had their earphones in, it was coming through their earphones. Take it out, it's coming through the speaker. She's live right there. Like
There was no escaping it. Also, where were the flight attendants? Were they trying to sit her down? Why? If I was the pilot, because the pilot can hear that too. I would have gone out there and lost my freaking mind and kicked him off the plane.
Like, should have.
Like, why did everyone just let this happen? Why did everyone just let this happen? She should be glad I wasn't on that plane, is all I'm saying. Yeah. Because holy cow.
I would have started booing her. Insane. I'm not above booing people, as Abby knows. Especially I love to boo somebody. I will boo a 12-year-old who comment if this ever happens to me.
10 minutes, I would be livid.
Yeah, no, I am booing. I will get kicked off the plane for disorderly conduct to get that girl to be quiet.
Yep. I will sacrifice myself for the sanity of everyone else on that plane. 45 minutes is so crazy. It is so crazy.
Diabolical.
Yeah.
In freaking sane. So that's the Delta flight drama.
Anyways, if you were on that plane, let us know. We'd love to have you on the episode because
please, can we call you?
I need to know what you were thinking. I need to know why no one stopped this girl.
Yeah, like genuinely. We need you on that. We need a full rundown. So if you're listening, if you're one of the people, DM us. We want you on the podcast. We want you on the show. Because we need more info about this. Yes. This is wild.
My goodness.
Insane. But there we go.
Well,
okay.
Transitioning to a happier singing time.
Okay.
Singing. We're making a transition here,
wow. Look at our wow.
Happy singing. Singing can be beautiful. And it's even more beautiful when you own your music. I should get an award for that transition. Obviously, we would be chagrined to not talk about the absolute incredible and exciting, beautiful, amazing, spectacular feat that was Taylor Swift buying back her masters. Finally owning all of her music.
Owning
everything.
Every single thing.
Every piece of media she has ever put out. She owns it.
She owns. Again. Congratulations, Taylor Swift. This is a big deal.
This is such a big deal.
It really is. I saw so many things of people see like the letter when she announced her, like, this is the Swiftie Declaration of Independence. And
May 30th is now Taylor Swift Independence Day.
As it should be. Yeah. As it should be. Because holy cow, she did it.
She really did. She really did.
She didn't give Scooter his 600 million or whatever he was trying to get from her. She bought it for basically what they sold it for.
Yes. She slayed. Like, this is the coolest thing ever because, I mean, I think they gave her, we'll just talk about how much she bought it for. So she bought it for 360 million. It was originally
Yes.
sold for 300 million. So kind of a screaming deal, that she got.
Yes.
I think it was because of twofold. There were twofold reasons. One,
Okay.
because when Shamrock was looking to sell this, obviously, they knew
Yeah.
selling it back to Taylor was really the only like good PR thing they could do. If they sold it
They
to
would
anyone
have,
else, they would have
could
been
you imagine
obliterated.
the war that would have started had they
Yeah,
sold to anyone else?
anyone else. So, also by giving it to her at a good deal, it's just great PR for Shamrock. Great
Yeah.
PR. Also, I think it shows how successful the Taylor's version project was because she devalued them a lot.
So much.
Like, obviously, not all the way. Like, they're still extremely valuable, but
Yeah.
they were extremely devalued by putting out her Taylor's versions. And I think that's
Yeah.
super cool.
I think it's really cool. I think it's just a really cool feat that I mean, this is all that she's wanted, and this is all anybody wanted for her,
Mhm.
any of the Swifties.
Yeah.
Like everybody just
Well, this
wanted she
was the
just
goal. This
this was the
was the
goal.
goal from day
And
one.
I think every person who was excited about Taylor's versions, all that stuff, we all knew it was the goal. Like nobody was
Yeah.
ever I don't like obviously we were all only listening to Taylor's versions of stuff
Hmm.
to, be supportive, whatever. But like we all wanted her to have the original versions. Like it was never a replacement. It was
Yeah.
this is like
It was a step to the final destination, which
yeah.
was buying these back. Like, and I think that's why, like, a lot of people who became fans during the Taylor's version project are kind of like confused as to why
Yeah,
she would buy him back when she has the Taylor's versions. But all us original Swifties, we know this
we
was the
know.
goal. Like, this was
Yeah.
obviously what all of
This is
this
all
was
she
heading
wanted.
towards. Yeah.
This is what she's always wanted from the beginning. Like that's why she was so upset when they got sold without her being able to buy them
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah.
Like all she wanted
Not
was
even
to
not being
own
able to
her
buy them.
work.
She wasn't able to bid on them even. Like
Yeah.
this was the craziest thing ever. But
Do you want to give a little for a few for the people who might not fully understand the backstory of Taylor's versions, the all of this with Scooter, Shamrock, every Big Machine, everybody? Do you want to give a quick
I would
background?
be honored. So
Thank you.
back in 2005, I think, Taylor Swift, brand new in Nashville, is approached by this man named Scott Borchetta. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He has a label called Red Machine
Big Machine.
Records. Big Machine.
Big
I think,
Machine.
is it Big Machine? Okay. Big Machine
Yeah.
Records. Okay. He says, I want to sign you. However, I have no one signed. I have no one signed to this label. So she goes, I am this 15-year-old child. This man will not be able to pay to get me on talk shows. He won't be able to pay for tours, won't be able to do any of this kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll sign with him. She signs a 6 album deal with Big Machine.
Common. Very
Common,
common
very common.
for artists getting
Yes,
signed.
very common. She puts out debut. It's massive. It blows up. Okay. She puts out Fearless, blows up. All of a sudden, Big Machine is this giant label,
Huge.
so much money, all of it because of Taylor Swift. All of it because of Taylor Swift. And I'm not just
Yes.
saying that, to aid in this story. It is literally all because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she does her 6 albums up through Reputation. Then it comes time to figure out a new deal, figure out what she's going to do. Her deal's up. She did her 6 albums.
Mm-hmm.
So Scott Borchetta is also looking. Well, so originally he did not allow her to bid on her other her previous 6 albums. He offered her a deal of an album for an album. So every new album she puts out, she would get the rights back to one album. So another 6 album deal. Again, she's 27 at this time, I think. 28.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
as far as pop stars go, she's getting up there in age. Obviously, we know that doesn't matter, but at the time, it was a consideration.
The projection of her career was
It was going to be on the downward
the
trend.
downward slope.
So She says, no, I want to outright buy my albums. Like, I will pay you
Hmm.
for these albums, and I'm going to go sign somewhere else. And Scott
Universal.
had kind of put around the idea that he was wanting to sell. He was wanting to sell Big Machine and then, kind of move on, do other things. So,
Because especially without Taylor Swift, Big
what Big
Machine
Machine
wasn't
was
going
nothing. Yeah.
to have anything. I mean, there was a lot of obvious like equity built up because they had built Taylor Swift, but
Yes.
you remove Taylor Swift, it crumbles pretty quickly.
Yes.
And so she
Yes.
signed with Universal, is who she ended up going
Yes.
with. So,
So she signs with Universal and then finds out in the news that Scott Borchetta sold all of her masters to Scooter Braun. Now, a little history on Scooter Braun. This man, who
oh,
everyone agrees now is
now
not a nice person. He is mean. He is
a
like just
bully.
a bully, not a good person. He's this huge manager at the time. He's managing Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, like all of these big names. He has had a few run-ins with Taylor in the past, said some pretty mean, misogynistic things to her.
Yep.
Um, so they're just not friends. And Scott knew this. So Scott sells to Scooter Braun, did not give Taylor Swift the option to bid, did
Nope.
not consult her at all. She found out with everyone else in the media, is rightfully pissed, if you asked me.
Yeah,
Is rightfully
absolutely.
very upset.
Yes.
So then Scooter sells the Masters to Shamrock.
Yes.
But in this sell to Shamrock, Scooter still got money from the plays.
The
Like from
residuals.
he got
Yeah.
residuals. So he still got residuals. So he was still benefiting after this sell as well.
Yeah.
So Taylor Swift decides, do you know what was not in my contract? That I can re-record these. So she starts the Taylor's version project.
Which was inspired by Kelly Clarkson telling her, like, hey,
Yes.
how about you just re-record your things? Because she did in her contract, she did have a 5, 6 year, I can't remember, of that she
It was
couldn't
5 years.
re-record until it, yeah, till the album had been out for the or whatever had been out for 5 years. So there were like reputation and stuff. There was time limits on when she could start recording certain things or whatever.
Yes.
Um, but she did she started the Taylor's versions project and stuff.
Yes. Yes. So like you said, so when all of this came out, Taylor Swift tweeted something like, okay, this is what's happened, this whole kind of a thing. And then Kelly Clarkson tweeted her back, like, just re-record them. Like you did it once, you can do it again. So that's kind of what started it. But that's what started the Taylor's versions. That's kind of a little bit of a backstory. If you ask me, yes, Scooter Braun is an idiot and I hate him. Scott Borchetta is the real villain of this story
Yeah,
because he was like
absolutely.
a father figure to her. He had known
Yeah.
her since she was 15, built this incredible career with her, and then
He did gave
he
to
gave her the
Scooter.
finger.
There's so many problems with Scooter because then when you get into Scooter, you get into like he was Carly Kloss's manager and she was best friends with Taylor Swift at the time, and like
There was a
you
lot of
just
like, was the downfall of Carly and Taylor because Carly was feeding information to Scooter? We think so. We think
probably
so.
probably, and so it's there. It was just so wildly interconnected. It was so sad, and Scott just really screwed Taylor over,
Really
and
did.
and Scooter didn't own them for super long. He passed them pretty quickly to Shamrock,
Hmm.
but he still, I mean, Scooter's just, I mean, after a lot of this, all this stuff came out about Scooter, that's a discussion for another time.
Yes.
But that's why
But
I think
Taylor
he
Swift is
gets
always right. She's always right. Look at her track
yes.
history. She is always right, which is crazy. But
But yes. So I think the Taylor's version project has it came from a really hard place for Taylor.
hmm
But I think one thing that is cool to say about it is when she was wanting to possibly buy them, like when she wanted to buy them before, she couldn't do it on her own. She
yes.
was not financially able to pay for them on her own.
Yes.
Now
Now,
she owns it all on her own. It is
outright cash.
just
This is
her.
mine.
How
It
crazy.
is so crazy. And a lot of that was funded by the Taylor's Version Project. Obviously, that was extremely financially successful for her. I mean,
Yeah.
she
Okay.
she basically, I mean, they were not the same albums. She added new songs and everything like that, but she basically put out the same albums and made so much money off of them.
So much money. But
But
she did make it
also, she made it worth it.
like
Absolutely.
people buying
Well,
into it, I feel like.
and the Swifties believed in the cause too. Like we were
Yeah.
on her side with that. We totally understood. We wanted to support it. Like,
Yeah.
and it's also started a big movement of artists owning their work, like
Unless they're Katy Perry and they want to go to the moon, so they sell all of their work.
Katy Perry. We're not even gonna bring her up because yikes.
Sorry. Just
Um,
funny.
yeah, oh my gosh, what a nightmare. But anyways, it started this thing where people, because she was 15 when she signed this contract. Like
Yeah.
there's no way she could have known, or I mean,
Well, no one could have
no one
predicted
could
where
have
her career
predicted
was going to go.
her career
I, don't-
and everything that was in this contract. So
yeah.
it's added a lot to the discussion of what people do during
Yeah.
their um contract negotiations, which is cool. Very cool. Because I do think artists should own their work, obviously. They're the ones making it.
Obviously.
Why
Yeah.
can't they own it? But
Yeah.
she does own it now. This is so
She owns it and
exciting.
she own like I think it's so cool. So obviously like we mentioned, she was largely funded from the Taylor's Version project, but also a huge chunk of it came from Eras,
From the Eras Tour.
which that girl worked so hard.
So, like, honestly, no one can argue that that tour was a feat of nature. Like, she
Yeah.
toured for 2 years, three and a half
44
hour
songs.
show, like three nights, basically, at least 3 nights, basically, at every single stop she went to. Like,
Yeah.
it was incredible. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think someone did the math, and like for every song was like
13.
$13,000 or something like that,
Yeah.
which is absolutely wild. Like that is so
Yeah.
crazy. But I just think it's really cool. I think it's really, really cool.
I think it's really cool. I think that I mean, because like you look at what she did with the Eras tour, it changed the way everybody is touring now. It
Yeah.
changed everything about it. And she worked so hard and she was able to outright buy her masters for $360 million.
Million dollars.
And let's not forget, she was also donating tons of money to every city. She paid huge bonuses to every single
Mhm.
person on that tour, and she still was able to do it. Like,
Yeah.
and I just think that is really cool that, obviously like the masters were the goal forever, but she still kept doing things for other people while she was trying to,
Yeah. Because I
get
mean,
all
if you
this.
if you look at the like financial part of this, yes, she spent $360, but she bought her masters back, which are worth that much. So really the like,
The immediate value increase from when she
oh,
purchased her masters to when she announced it from what she
mhm,
bought it from is crazy
is
because
crazy.
she is the first person, female, I think it's person, but at least female in history to have every single album charting at one time. Every
Yep.
like that includes every single Taylor's version, every original. It's like what? It's like 17 albums or something like that.
It's 15, I think, because
15.
we didn't get two re-records. There were
We
two that
didn't
we
get
didn't
two
get.
records. Okay, yeah. So to have 15 albums charting all at once, that is crazy.
Also, like debuts in the top 10 right now, where it never was. Like this is the first time in its entire life it's ever been charting in the top 10, which we're almost 20 years later. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. That is so crazy. But like, I mean, like financially, it was obviously a smart decision for her,
Yeah.
regardless of like the, emotional aspect to it. Like her money, like her net worth increased actually from purchasing these, even though
Yeah.
she, spent that. But it is remarkable that she was able to create this Eras tour. This is something that, like, as a fan, we had not really been asking for, but kind of been asking for, and we're eating it up as it was coming out. Like, as she,
We would still be watching every single night
oh,
if she was touring.
I miss it. I see videos and I'm like, oh, Remember the live streams?
I watch the tour movie all the time because
Yes.
I need it in my life. Like
Mhm.
it meant a lot to all of us as lifelong Swifties or whatever that like that tour meant a lot.
Yeah, but she was able to create something that meant so much to us
Mm-hmm.
while using that to do something that meant so much to her. Like it in a way that like I mean, a lot of people say there's no ethical billionaires, but she was able to like if she would have gone into the Eras tour to make money, like to make a lot of
Yes.
money, she could have made a lot more money from the Eras tour, is what I'm
She
trying to say.
she also didn't turn on her dynamic pricing, which is and she still made all the money and was able to do a lot and didn't turn on dynamic pricing, Beyonce.
We're looking at you.
Like I'm
Looking at
sorry, I
you.
just think like you said, people there's the debate of ethical billionaires or not, or but like she's the only one that's ever done it just for music.
Hmm.
Like she
Literally.
does it for
It's
music.
incredible. It's an incredible feat.
She didn't turn on dynamic pricing. She didn't do a lot of the stuff that would help boost that
Hmm.
and boost the revenue from the Eras tour. And yet she still did it.
Like she
She
created something that was so valuable that she was able
yeah.
to do it without these other kind of sneaky techniques while still, giving back to every city, giving insane bonuses to all of the
Life-changing
workers,
bonuses.
life-changing bonuses, and she was still able to buy back her masters. I think it's just really cool. I really think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
I have
think
a
it
couple questions. Oh wait, no, you can keep
okay.
going.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, what was the first song that you listened to when we found out we could listen to the originals again?
What was it? Oh, it's better than Revenge.
A classic.
A
That
classic.
I'm gonna be honest. That was one I kept in my music library
I did too.
when it I didn't really when it would come on, I would skip it, but I did keep it in my music library because that one and Last Kiss, the original, those were two
With
that
the
I kept.
shaky,
Yeah, those were two I kept
it
in my
kills me.
library. And I think I did skip them most of the time, so I wasn't listening to them. Not that it matters. Like that's also the thing. Taylor never asked us to not listen to the originals,
No,
which is a whole other thing. But
we just
Better
all
Than
chose
Revenge
to.
is because we believed in the project. That's the thing. I think it was really cool that like it was something that we also felt like
Was
we were a
important.
part of the cause as well. Because these were songs that we loved and we cherished and we listened to and they were a
Yeah.
part of our story too. So to have them taken away like that hurt us too.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's a lot of Taylor Swift in that she's honestly one of the more relatable celebrities, even though she's very much not relatable at this point in her life. Like she lives a very different life
Yeah.
than a lot of us, but she has never been that unrelatable. She's never been the Beyonce type
Yeah.
of unattainable celebrity.
Yeah.
Like there is, she's very quiet about a lot of her celebrity things and she's just kind of and she interacts with her fans in a way that they're your
Yeah.
friends versus like fans when
Yeah.
she on a level she just kind of levels with you, I feel like. And I think that's where a lot of the loyalty of Taylor's versions and like believing in what happened in it is where we all kind of latched onto it because it was our friend Taylor that happened to. It wasn't again, not to compare, but it wasn't Beyonce that this
Yeah.
happened to. It was like it was
No.
our buddy Taylor.
Yeah.
And I think
And
that's a testament to Taylor and the relationship that she can
yeah.
build with her fans because she listens to us. Like that's the thing. She's listened to us the whole time.
Hmm.
When she released 1989 Vault Tracks and everybody goes, "This is like Into the Woods."
She
And
played it on the Eras
she
tour
played
like
it
the
like
next day.
right after. Like I just think that's those are the things that make Taylor your friend Taylor instead of
Hmm.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Well, and like this is like a big topic of conversation is her like attainability kind of thing. Like she does wear expensive stuff, but she always wears something that's something that we could buy. Like she is very particular about making herself not seem otherworldly, which is cool. But it does create a different dynamic with the fans and the
Mm-hmm.
artist where it was personal to us too, because it was our friend who got totally dissed and totally
Yeah.
just like treated terribly. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, anyways, my first song that I listened to was Holy
Yes, let's
Ground
hear.
from Red because this was
Okay.
one that when the Taylor's version came out, I really did not think much about the differences in them. Like they really didn't bother me.
I didn't either.
I
Yeah.
know a lot of people had a lot of problems with them, particularly style, which it never bothered me. This one,
Yeah.
however, I was like, it did lose a little bit of its magic. And again, I love Red so much, and listening
Yeah.
to the original Red has reminded me why I loved this album so much. But I listened to Holy Ground and it made me cry. Like it made me emotional because, well, like even just, I don't know why I picked Holy Ground, but even the lyrics of Holy Ground, it was like,
It's
it touched my soul. It touched my
yeah.
soul and it just
Yeah.
made me so happy. And love, I feel like I embraced Taylor's version a lot. Like I really didn't the re-records did not bother me. The differences between them
No.
did not bother me at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Going back and listening to young Taylor sing literally makes me emotional. It is
Yeah.
I missed it way more than I realized I did. And it is just
Well, and again, I think like it was never meant to replace it. That's the thing. Like it
mhm.
was never meant to be a total replacement. She tried as hard as she could, but obviously she knew she couldn't capture 17-year-old Taylor's voice again. And like, the last kiss, shaky breath. Like she couldn't get that back. And so it was never meant to do that. So I think, you know, and like you said, we embraced Taylor's version so much. Like every time a Taylor's version would come out, I would go onto my phone and it was a ceremonial deleting of the old one and
Adding in
and
Taylor's
then
version.
adding in Taylor's version. And so, it is nice to go back and to be able to like relive that
Mhm.
again.
Well, and we kind of came back into our Swiftdomness because we did kind of die off for a second there. Like the re-records hadn't come out yet, but the project had kind of been started. So we kind of
Yeah.
knew they were coming out. So I feel like these last 5 years of being a Swiftie, they've they've been the re-records. Like they haven't been the originals. So I haven't really listened to the originals and all of their
In a
glory
long
in
time.
a long
Yeah.
time. And so to go back and listen to them, like especially Red, because I loved this album so much. And I
Yeah.
remember I had the CD and I would just listen to it on my CD player over and 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 over again. So it was so nostalgic to just go back and listen to these songs and like hear
It's
her
so fun.
young and how just
Yeah.
it just was I loved it. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
And I'm so
No,
happy for her.
I'm so happy for it. Like this was truly all that we ever wanted. I'm so excited that we can listen to Better Than Revenge, misogynistic version again.
I
I
just love
love
it.
it.
But I
Though
also love that she was like obviously that's not how she feels anymore. Like that's not and she was able to correct that in the Taylor's version and she was able
yeah.
to make something that she like not that I would say she's not proud of the original version, but something that she believes in now, kind of a thing, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Like
She was
through this
able to
project, she was able to kind of correct what she felt were wrongs in a way.
Yeah. And I think that's cool because it's able to look at it with, there is the critique of Taylor being kind of like whiny and cryy about her breakups and whatever,
Hmm.
and she was able to take them as an adult and kind of and being, she's so far removed from the Joe Jonas breakup
Yes.
that that like she could kind of take her 17-year-old emotions out of it and
Well, and
and
then now a song like Mr. Perfectly Fine is so funny to us all. Like it's such a great song, but
we
there's a
all love
joke
it.
behind it now
Yeah.
that
Well,
there
and
wouldn't have been when Fearless originally came out that I think is fun.
yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I love that Taylor took she did the re-records, but then she added all of the vault tracks because
Hmm.
obviously we wouldn't have cared either like had she
Yeah.
not added
Yeah.
vault tracks, whatever. But I thought it was really, really cool of her to add more to it. Like as like a hey, thanks for supporting me. Here's 7 new songs or
Yeah.
whatever
Hmm.
that's that you can feel fit into it more. Like I like when All Too Well 10 Minute came out.
Hmm.
I always thought it was really I thought the ordering of Red was a little weird. Like the order everything went in. I mean, All Too Well is a track 5 and then it goes straight to 22, which is was always so confusing and
Mm.
like why is this order like this? But I thought it was really cool. You listen to All Too Well 10 minute and it talks about her 21st birthday and you're like, "Oh, this is why she's excited for 22."
Yeah.
And so I just thought it was cool because I felt like it added so much more to the original albums of like these are little things that, maybe they didn't quite make the first album, but they're little like they fill in the gaps, the little gaps
Yeah.
that maybe are left. And I thought that was really cool. And it was a really nice thing for her to do to welcome us back in and to kind of give it to us, I feel like
Mhm.
as fans.
And I also think like since one of the cool things, especially with Red, Taylor's version, is we got her versions of songs that she had written and given to the other artists, like
Yes.
Better Man or Babe. And Better Man is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs
So
of
good.
all time. But putting them in the album like she did added to the story too, which was cool because they were songs that she had written and then given to the artist. We didn't necessarily know the whole when they were written, what kind of vibe they went with. So her putting them with the album that they originally went with was really fun and really cool. I liked
Hmm.
that. I think it was
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's really cool. um kind of moving on now that she has all of her masters back, she did announce in her thing that she hasn't even recorded 1/4 of Reputation.
Yes.
Now, I stopped clowning Reputation months ago.
Oh,
I
when the Eras
stopped,
tour ended, I ended.
I
That was
ended
it for me.
clowning. I was done. I couldn't do it anymore. I was
Hmm.
done. So I haven't been clowning like a lot of people have, but people were real hard clowning for AMAs.
Hmm.
And obviously nothing happened. But now we know she didn't even have it. She doesn't have it ready.
Which begs the question, Miami night one. She walks out in the gold bodysuit. Did she know what she was doing? Did she know what she was doing? And was it on purpose? Because my goodness,
Taylor.
I I want to know what was the reason behind the switch at that point? Because
Yeah.
obviously, if she hasn't even recorded a quarter of it, then there was no intended release
Release
that never
or,
happened.
yeah.
What's with the gold
Taylor?
bodysuit? What was with the gold bodysuit?
I mean, we'll maybe find out eventually because
That would be
she
my
does.
number one question, I
Yeah,
think.
that's a big question. Because all of these like little clowning clues that are pointing to
Hmm.
whatever, how how do they make sense if she hasn't even done it yet?
Yes.
Um, but it doesn't. It sounds like the Reputation Taylor's version is dead.
Yes.
Not Vaults, but the
But
actual album itself
mhm,
gone. Vaults are fire, as we've heard
as we've heard a year and a half
from
ago.
the mouth of Taylor.
Hmm.
And she did put out the idea of those coming out if
Yes.
if if we want them,
Taylor, you know we do.
but she's done with debut. I think of all the albums, debut would be the most interesting re-record.
Absolutely.
Not just because of the vault tracks and how we're hoping we get You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home featuring Miley Cyrus,
I would die.
but and I hope she does something for a 20th anniversary of it. Like
Yeah.
I hope that's when it comes out because
Yeah.
I would love to compare the two.
Yes, because she was 15, 16 when she originally recorded these songs. Like, that's crazy. Like, to have
Yeah.
15-year-old Taylor versus 35-year-old Taylor, like, compare them. Also, the country twang, like, how
Can
does that
we
translate at a 35-year-old woman? Like,
Yeah.
I would be very intrigued. But I feel like having, you know, like not having Reputation and not having Debut come out has made at least me appreciate Debut more because
Yes.
you've seen our rankings. It is at the bottom. It is not one of my favorite Taylor albums.
I stand by. I
I
haven't
do,
changed my
I
opinion
haven't
on that.
changed my opinion, but it does make me appreciate it more that like or at least I would say getting her master's back has made me appreciate it more because you have this 15-year-old girl with so much hope and so much like just this beautiful dream. She had no idea where she was going. She had no idea what was going to come of all of
Yeah.
this. And so to kind of have this full circle moment of her being able to buy back her masters, like it makes me
It's
appreciate it
cool.
more. It makes me
I
I have a tender spot for debut now that I didn't have before.
No, I agree. I think it's really cool when you think about little 15-year-old Taylor and everything that it's become. And that's why I really hope for the 20th anniversary of it
Mhm. I think
there
that's
is,
that would be beautiful.
that would be, I feel like, a really cool way to celebrate it. Because the thing is like everybody's now Swifties are bets are all off. We're listening to everything.
Oh
We're
yeah.
listening to Taylor's versions and regular versions.
Yep.
Like, and it's so fun. They're not stolen anymore. It's not
I
the stolen
know.
versions.
I know.
But it's like but I just think for 20th it would be so cool, and give us those debut vault tracks. I just want to know what 15-year-old Taylor. I want some other song you wrote
Well,
for a talent show.
there's a couple leaked songs that were on LimeWire that
Yeah.
we have that aren't like official releases or anything that people were wanting as vault tracks on
Yeah.
debut. So I think it'll be interesting. But like one big thing we wanted as a vault track on debut was Crazier from the Hannah
Yes.
Montana movie. But we don't need it anymore, which is so exciting about this. Like
I
we
know.
don't need a Taylor's version of that song anymore. We don't need a Taylor's version of I Don't Want to Live Forever. Like all of
Yeah.
these
That's
we
crazy.
have
Like she
all of
owns
these. We have all of
everything.
these now, which is so
It's so
so
cool.
exciting. So
I
so
still
exciting.
want a Taylor's "You Always Find Your Way Back Home."
Yes, but that's different because she never recorded that herself.
She never, yeah.
That's like a
No,
better man or a babe kind of a thing.
yeah, no, absolutely. But I still want it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it
Absolutely.
Miss Taylor, you have debut done. So start
Yes,
putting promo out for the 20th anniversary of it because we will take it in.
we will eat it
We
up.
are all here. Like, oh my
Yes.
gosh. But it's so exciting. Um, Honestly, I'm not too sad that we're not gonna get re-records of Reputation.
I have a lot of thoughts about this. Again, Reputation is not one of my favorite albums, but I
Yes.
do really like it. I like it a lot better than Debut. But I think we wanted it so bad that we kind of lost sight of what this album really is,
Yeah.
which at its core is a love album to Joe.
Yeah.
It is also a absolutely terrible diary entry of one of the hardest, probably the hardest time of her life. And I think we selfishly wanted this album so bad that we lost sight of what it meant to Taylor, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
No, I
Like,
agree.
and so reading her letter about it, it's like, of course she can't re-record this. Like,
Yeah.
of course she does not want to go back in that headspace. She does not want to go back into that relationship or that time of her life to,
Yeah.
you know, put this thing out that
Yeah.
was
Now
obviously
she
very
doesn't
hard
need
for
to.
her, and she doesn't
Yeah.
need to.
Well, I saw some kind of memes about it of she tried to re-record Reputation because she has a fourth of it done.
Hmm.
She does have part of it done.
Hmm.
She tried to re-record it and was so upset with Joe. She wrote Tortured Poets Department.
Yes.
And
And I stand by that as truth. Hmm.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, because I honestly think had she been able to, like in her heart, re-record Reputation, we would have gotten it by the time Eras ended. Like we
Yeah,
would
I
like
think so.
I think she would have I think she would have wrapped it all up. But I think at that point when Eras ended December, I saw that she actually purchased her masters back in March.
Yes, well, her nail color from that
Yeah,
photo shoot was the same one from
from
what she had from other posts she had made back in March.
yeah.
So people assume it happened around there.
Well, I think there's some documents or there's some like business trend, like there's something
I'm
where
sure
it
there is. Yeah,
has
yeah, yeah.
March as
Yeah.
the like March 26th or something
Yeah.
as the purchase date. So she's
She's
had
been
them
in
for a while.
talks. And she's been in
Yeah.
talks for a long time before that, I'm sure.
Which let's we need to preface this. Flippin' Scooter Braun last week when the idea when like the rumbling started that there's an option that she might be able to buy him back. Scooter Braun tweets, "Taylor, I'll help you out. I know how to do it."
I hate him. I hate him. He's such an idiot. I hate him so much. Like the audacity of this man.
The
But
audacity of him. Oh my gosh. Insane. But she owns them. we at some point, if we want, we'll get the vault tracks from Reputation.
Hmm.
I'm okay with not having a re-record of it.
I'm okay with it too. But also, I
I
think, I think it's the Miss Americana documentary, she has a video of her on the call with Tree saying she didn't get nominated for any Grammys for this album.
mhm.
And she says there, I just need to make a better album. And so for her to come out now and say, I don't think I could have improved on this album at all. Like this, even,
That's
all of the
cool.
emotional aspect aside, it's a perfect
There
album.
was
Like you can't improve
yeah,
upon this perfect album. I think it's just so sweet. And you can see how much she's grown. Because I feel like in a way there was a little bit of resentment towards this album,
yeah.
at least,
I,
I don't know, a year and a half ago-ish, when all of that was kind of going down. I
two
feel
years
like
ago.
yeah,
It was 2 years now.
yeah, 2 years ago. I guess that's true. That's
Yeah.
crazy. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, so to have her come back full circle and really appreciate how great this album is, because it really is
Yeah.
it is a perfect album. Like it is a great, great album.
Yeah.
I think it's sweet. It makes me happy.
I agree. But yeah, I think it's so cool. We'll eventually get other things, which is so fun. She can rest now. Like, can you imagine?
Oh my
Can you
gosh.
imagine the night she bought her master's back? How well she slept.
Oh, I
Could you
like a
imagine?
baby. Oh my gosh. All of this work finally like paying off,
Yeah.
which I think is
Like it was
cool.
all okay. She owns it all. And I think it's awesome.
But that means we can all start getting excited for TS12 because it's coming soon. Also, I can't wait for this album because this album is going to be threefold.
Okay.
I am so in love with Travis Kelce.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Holy cow, I bought back my masters. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Okay. Three. I'm blanking on what the third one is. Why can't I think of what the third one is?
I don't know.
What has happened? There was something funny that happened. Oh my gosh. This is so
Is it gonna
embarrassing.
be us the clowns? Send in the clowns?
No. She had beef with someone recently.
Blake Lively.
That's what it was. Okay. Back to the beginning. I am so in love with Travis Kelce. Oh my gosh, I have my master's back. Screw Blake Lively. And I cannot wait. I
If
cannot
this
wait.
if this album isn't called Karma,
You know,
the,
or called
and it's orange,
It Ends With Us. I don't know, something like that would be hilarious.
I would
Anyways,
just it'll be it will be a because obviously we haven't talked anything about the Blake Lively stuff. There's been so
there's
much with
just
Blake Lively, Taylor
oh my
Swift.
gosh, there's so much.
That that's over. Um, but yeah, it'll be a really interesting album, TS12. If it, do you know how funny that would be though? If she calls TS12 Karma,
Hmm.
like, could you? Because the thing is now like even the song Karma that she has, we associate it with Travis.
Yeah.
Like it's Travis's song now.
Yeah.
And so if she named it Karma, it's not like it still works for like a love album to Travis. Do you know what I mean? Like, but like how funny. She bought her masters, Blake Lively, Karma,
I'm down.
Orange,
I'm down.
Orange.
I'm so down. And then if
Because
she did
also
have a lost album, she can throw some of those songs in there and it's
she can.
perfect.
That's the thing. She can throw the Lost Karma album. She can just kind of. It'll be a double album, just like Tortured Poets. But it'll consist of like old Taylor Karma, new Taylor Karma,
Yes.
Travis Kelce,
Exactly.
and I am all for it.
Yes. I am here for it. I'm so excited. Well, anyways, we will let you all
That is it.
go.
Yeah.
Go
Again, we
follow
could rant
us.
for a long time,
We could rant
but
for a long time because I have a lot of thoughts about the Lost album Karma too. But um go follow us on your preferred streaming platform, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on our socials. It's just 801 Diaries Podcast everywhere. And we will see you next week. And we will, I don't know, do something really cool. But let us
yeah,
know what was the first song you guys listened to with the Masters being bought back, because I feel like
yeah,
that tells a lot about what kind of Swiftie you are.
yes.
And I am so excited. We love you guys.
We love you. We will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.